The idea of creating a school center based on our taste and criteria can be really fascinating. Being able to create spaces and dynamics very different from those we currently have. That being said, our ideal high school would be very abstract to the idea we have today of one, starting with a key factor, the metaverse. Let's start by talking about something essential, the facilities. Although we are talking about entering the virtual world to expand our education, we cannot leave out the necessary physical means. Without them, it's necessary to attend high school? Not really. Everyone would be able to carry out their respective activities from their home with the necessary equipment. However, what if a student cannot obtain such equipment or does not have enough space at home? In this case, you will receive one from the high school, along with a classroom that school may offer in the physical high school. Likewise, the virtual room will have a simulation of a large class where each student will be able to see the teacher individually. The high school will not only have their respective special classrooms, but also classrooms for activities that require attendance, such as a laboratory, music room, office for teacher, toilets, or even a meditation room. In addition, they must have green spaces in the educational center with sport facilities, including an indoor gym, without forgetting the presence of teacher in the center, which will be mandatory throughout the week, where they will have their own study and organization space in case of any failure or need to contact another teacher without the virtual team. In addition, this high school will not have a cleaning service due to reasons that will be explained later.
Welcome to the next section, the subjects. Of course, a high school is nothing if it's subjects, with which we learn everything necessary to enter the world of work. Even so, we are talking about a high school that adapts to new technologies. So, in addition to the compulsory subjects, we will find other subjects that will help us understand this new world. Such could be a subject on information and communication technologies, which will be given in 2nd and 3rd grade, and that in 4th grade, it could become a voluntary subject, such as study of the metaverse or something similar. If we think about the other subjects, language should be taught with a driving tablet to practice grammar and spelling. This tablet may also be useful in activities such as math that requires a certain speed to write operations, or as in driving, where part of the subjects will deal with digital driving. Likewise, subjects such as biology or history will have realistic simulations of the facts that are studied to help a greater understanding and enthusiasm for learning. On Fridays, students must attend the center to do physical activities, such as painting, meditation, laboratory practices, or going outside. Now that we have the subjects organized, we must address an important issue. What happens with the socialization, rest, and interaction we have in our current centers? We have proposed the solution, lengthening the class a bit, not to add material, but to have 10 minutes of visual rest at the end of each class, including recess, in which they can use virtual reality classes, simulating being in an open space with all the students and various activities to socialize.
Recommending all of this, we cannot forget a very fundamental part, the rules. These are necessary anywhere in the world, and here they were not going to be less. To begin with, if the material that the center offers to the students present any type of flyer, that can be ranged from a mild to a serious sanction, reaching the level of expulsion. If it turns out that a student has broken their own requirement and, therefore, cannot connect to classes and is more than 5 days without attending or notifying the faculty, they must be expelled for a certain time. Likewise, any damage done to the facilities will be penalized in the same way as it is currently done. In addition, if a student is caught littering or if a considerable amount of rubbish is noted in the center, part of the Friday will be dedicated for this student group of students, or even the time center to clean up everything that has been dirty. And the teachers can be sanctioned, of course, if the teachers cause any kind of damage to their requirement. They will have to pay for it by themselves, even if the requirement is granted by the government. Regarding his absence in class or any other type of problem, they will be penalized in the same way in which it is currently done. However, and although everything seems quite easy to organize, we must be careful with cyberbullying. If at any time it is detected outside or inside the classes that a teacher or a student is being harassed, they will automatically be protected and the perpetrators of the crime will be expelled.
While it is true that everything we've heard so far may sound like a good idea, before ending this video, we want to ask ourselves the following questions. Would it really be good to make such a change in society? Would diving headfirst into the metaverse affect our social skills in any way? Is there a real danger of addiction to virtual reality? Will it create a dangerous population decline for future generations? The radical change of the immersion in the metaverse will generate millions of questions about these aspects of our daily lives. It is true that a new school or institute based on that reality will generate great changes, but for now, we can only know that the final result will be more satisfactory than the possible adverse effects it may have, as long as it is treated in the correct way. Certainly, it is known that our laws will change regarding privacy and crimes on the internet. Our way of seeing the world after being connected for so long, meet people, and it is even possible that we have distanced ourselves even more than we could with the COVID-19. It is very possible that our vision is affected in various ways and that we must make very small changes, but many, to get to where we really want to be. But just as it is in our power to change the future towards new technologies, it is also in our hands to change it so that we do not move away from what we really are, human beings. We dedicate ourselves to socializing, relating, and observing the world around us. We know from our intelligence that we have a nature that we cannot let go of, and of course, that is what matters the most now. So, never forget, the metaverse will never manage to replace our real universe.